Hey, welcome back, Charles Packard.
Hey,
Not
buddy.
so victory Monday.
It's a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow. Score 31 points in a football game. You kind of plan on winning that one.
Yeah, but you hope to anyway.
Yeah. Defensively, worst game all season.
At least in the red zone.
Yeah.
That was the tough one to swallow.
The
We knew going in that the Lions are going to play this. They're not going deep, but they're good
right,
enough
right.
to just if
Yeah,
they
I mean,
protect Goff, they didn't do the one thing that they needed to do to win the game, and that's get to Goff, and give Goff all the credit in the world. He got rid of the football quick.
after the interception, yeah, I think he ended the game like 13 straight completions or something like that. Yeah, it's hard to argue with you there. I, for we've had a few days to sit on
Yeah,
this now, so
we've
it
had a few
just
days to sit on
we-
it,
like
and it's yeah,
we're on to Seattle at this point, win or lose. Even
it,
on
it,
earlier podcasts, it did cut a 3-game winning streak. We still have a 98% chance to win the playoffs or to get in the playoffs. We're 2 games up on the Rams, who
well,
they're the
Lafleur and I didn't think it was Lafleur and Jordan Love both said, yeah, you tip your hat and you say, we hope we see him in the playoffs.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And Lions fans that just we could beat our third straight. We did. We put 31 fucking points on you. It wasn't your third string that beat us. It was your offense because you put 34 points up. I'm not sure if they understand that's how football works, right? But it's weird. But yeah, when your opponent scores more points than you, you end up losing. You didn't have third stringers on that offense. It is. I just, I don't know, man. It seemed really weird. It felt like we were supposed to win that one, and I can sit here and I can pull up 3 out of the 5 fourth downs. You had false starts that just weren't called. Those are game changing situations. Multiple hands to the face that weren't called, and you could.
yeah, if you're a Lions fan, you just kind of you look at this game and you're like, we finally got calls. I
We
mean,
finally got one.
in
The
your back
Lions
pocket.
finally made it when the other team is finally complaining about calls. It's listen, and it made me feel a little bit better. Like you didn't win. You were gifted that game. Congratulations, because it wasn't looking good. And then some magical things happened that allowed you to score. And so on to Seattle. We're 2.5 favorites going to Seattle on Sunday night. I think that's fantastic. Offensively, we played good enough to win that game, bro. Not to dismiss the Lions game so quickly. Offensively, we did enough. Defensively, I don't know if Jeff was out coached or if he just wasn't ready.
Give the Lions, give Aaron Glenn all the credit in the world. He came up with some blitz packages that kept Jordan Love on his toes the entire game, trying to figure out how to pick apart that defense. And it wasn't until the third quarter that they really were capable of doing it on a consistent basis.
Yeah. I do, and to point something out with that too, all season we've started slow. I wish we could play the first half how we do in the second half. I've never seen a team switch it though this far into a season. I just think that's who we are. We're a slow start. I'm sure Matt has done everything he can to change that. But yeah, I think games would be a little bit different if we could put an extra touchdown or an extra field goal or two on the board in the first half instead of having to come out and just
Go balls to the walls in the second half.
it makes for exciting football, but an entire season of it, I feel bad for Kansas City fans. At least you're on the good. We're still in a great spot. What are we? I think we're 9-5, 9-4.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah, they're 9-4.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
9-4. Yeah, we're still 98. I think, like I said, there's a 98% chance
They
to make
weren't
the playoffs as well.
even
4
all right,
games left.
we said it, even if they had beaten the Lions, let's say hypothetically they won the game, there's still so many variables and things that would have had to happen for them to even win the
The Lions
division.
still need to lose a couple more. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and then you
fumbled the
still
division early in the season, and
yeah.
the Lions held on to the ball. That's what I am firmly on the side of that. This Lions team isn't winning the Super Bowl, and it has nothing to do with this being a Packers podcast or me being a Packer fan. The
No,
way they play football,
if
it
they
doesn't work.
If this Lions team had not lost so many of its defensive starters, it probably would have been able to win a Super Bowl. Maybe 7 weeks ago, if this Lions team had been healthy,
You know,
they would have had a chance. But
I
no,
mean,
you just it's just the
and
way that they
and
play. It's there's
and, and
something's
I
gonna
get the
happen.
whole live by the sword, die by the sword thing, but there's just so many. And again, it worked out, but like just isn't there. I don't know. I
Well,
guess
one
when
of
it
these
happens,
days
I can be like, this is exactly what I was talking about.
one of
Like
these days his
this year,
balls are gonna get so big they're not gonna fit through that door anymore.
I know I could just keep seeing
Yeah,
Randy from South Park walking
Randy
around with the
with the
wheelbarrow.
elephantitis testicles, yeah.
I don't know. There's I don't, there'll be
There's
there'll
gonna be a
be a
situation
book
in the
later
playoffs.
on in life.
Oh
Yeah, there'll be a
god.
book later on in life that reminds everyone why people don't do what Dan Campbell does as a head
Yeah.
coach. And I think it's going to cost him his job. It's probably not this year. And if it happens,
I
something will
wouldn't
happen
say
this
that.
year.
What
And
happens if it comes down to another 4th down decision like it did last year in the playoffs against the 49ers that he makes
but
this he
there's
fumbles this
yeah,
situation, you
but that's
know?
who he is,
I know
right? Like
that's who
that's
he is, but I'm
like
like you said,
no,
if
I
that's
know
what
I agree
costs him
with
his
you.
job, I just
Yeah, no,
don't
I agree with you. That's I just because there's been success behind it. You can lose a Super Bowl going for it on 4th down when you don't have to, and I think you still come back next year because you've had that little bit of success. But I think once it becomes this reoccurring issue,
well,
like that's when the conversation.
once he starts losing coordinators like Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, this Lions team is gonna have to look for somebody else. Let's not sugarcoat it.
The
Dan
Cameron
Campbell has
Pan.
literally rode the coattails of both of those
Oh
guys
yeah. Oh
this
no,
entire
indubitably,
trip. I mean,
dude.
he's
Ben Johnson rolls his eyes on that sideline so much.
oh yeah, he's like, "Are
I
you
mean, like
serious? Are you serious right now?"
I thought it was weird that the camera crew like every ridiculous 4th down panned to Ben Johnson, and he's just
I gotta come up with
like
some fucking
subtle,
magical thing.
just oh my god, like the entire. But like Glenn's always just giving you the look. I love Glenn.
Yeah.
Ben's got that look, and he's man, I could be head coaching right now. This is stupid.
He's
I
like,
don't
"Yeah,
know.
4th and
I
1."
don't know.
I guess you might as well
They're
just
12 and
call the
one.
run because he's gonna fucking
Yeah,
run.
they're 12 and 1. Good for them. All the calls that they when they worked out, it made sense. So good for them. I'm standing behind the historics as much of it as I can.
What were you talking about? Yeah, the Lions won't be out the first game of the playoffs. No shit, because they're not gonna be playing. They're gonna have a bye.
They're gonna have a bye.
So yeah, they're not gonna lose first week. Might lose
No,
second week.
no, but I do truly believe they'll be one and done. I just don't think
Could you imagine a
different. It's different. Playoff football is different. You look at the Ravens last year, right? Look at the Ravens last year regular season. Oh my God, they're so great. And then it came down to a dogfight, and they lost. And Detroit has lost this
well
season.
that's
They're
like
only
a
dogfight.
well, right. That's like a
Well, they ended up
beaten
winning
down.
against Green Bay, so they're 1-1.
Yeah, that's like a beaten down KC. Like you
Yeah,
always say this. Don't bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid in the playoffs. Like you just don't. Some people just know how to win when it matters. Like that's when Roethlisberger and all those guys too back in the day. Big Ben was beat up, just abused, and people were like, I wouldn't bet on them. And they won the Super Bowl that year. He was
mhm.
beat. They beat the hell out of him in a game, and I believe he was like limping all over the place.
Yeah. But so there's a buttload of positives to take from the game. Offensively, we did great. Jordan
Okay, no
Love didn't
more
throw another interception.
outside
Josh Jacobs.
outside of everybody saying they don't know what the fuck Christian Watson was trying to do with the football. Yeah, that was a stupid
That was
play.
so
That
stupid.
was so stupid.
Again, I'm trying to talk about the positives here. I want to end.
I mean,
I want to end on the
I said
positive.
everything's positive outside of that one play.
That was so
The red zone
stupid.
defense obviously
Oh
is
my
something,
god,
but
that was so
um, that's been an issue all year. Really, that's something that they knew they had to work on, and let's not pretend that Detroit is not a really good football team offensively, and it's not that easy to stop them. And they had their opportunities to score more points. It just didn't happen.
okay, so I'll stick with the positive then. You seem to be having a really hard time with this.
Well,
Okay, so
the
some
positives
positives for me. What?
is go ahead with your positives. I said,
Yeah, Jesus.
Hey,
So anywho,
you gotta criticize it every once in a while.
we did. We just spent 10 minutes criticizing the fuck out of them. I said, "I want to end on a positive."
Hey, well, it wasn't a full criticize. It was a kind of a partial one there.
Okay.
You're good.
But anywho, so Jordan Love not throwing an interception again. Offensively, we played great. I mean, we scored 31 points. It's exact. I mean, I figured our average was in the third. We've been touching that. We've been getting up there. Josh Jacobs again destroyed the stat sheet, proving indubitably that moving on from Aaron was great. Which, by the way, I guess he's trying to bring the Lambeau Leap to Minnesota and call it the Bank Vault.
Okay.
Why is it when players leave Green Bay, they act like just crazy ex-girlfriends?
I couldn't
Like,
answer
dude,
that for you.
You play for Minnesota now. Get off our junk. What the hell is wrong with you? It's weird, right?
Yeah,
Offense,
I'm not for it.
no, I wish fucking positive, bro. I can't find anything really positive about our defense, so I'm just gonna say, all right, moving on to Seattle. We're gonna have another test with Seattle. Seattle's got a really great running game. They've got some explosive wide receivers. We've got another tough test. It's going to be in Seattle. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what the
Seattle's a
weather's
tough
going to be
place to
like.
play. No, Seattle's been a tough place to play for Green Bay for years.
Lots,
It's a loud
lots.
stadium. It's loud. Seattle defensively, not the greatest defensive football team. Offensively, they can put the ball in the air. They can get some yards on the ground. I don't expect the Packers to have as big of an issue with the run game as they did versus the Lions. Just not going to happen. But
Yeah.
you got the spread up here, or is it not out
Oh, I
yet?
do have the spread. Sorry, I was trying to check the weather in Seattle.
Oh, it's
See
you
what?
can just close your eyes and just say rain and cloudy,
Yeah, rain and cloudy. I'm
and
guessing if it's going
probably
to be anything else.
50 degrees, rain and cloudy.
Packers are favored at 2.5.
Ooh, I like that.
So
I like
yeah, I
that
do that too. I think the Packers' run game is going to be significant in this one as well.
because that's not grass there, correct? It's turf, or is it grass?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Hey, there's a lot of injuries happening on Detroit's artificial turf.
There always has been. Even the high school kids that play the state championships there, they tend to run the ball a lot more, even if they're a throwing team, because of it.
Yeah. I like our chances in this one. Finishing off all of that, rounding off the numbers. So Packers are minus 140, Seahawks are plus 150. 2.5, and the over-under is 47.
It is artificial turf.
It is artificial turf. Okay. Yeah, I just offensively, I haven't really seen anything. I think defensively, Jeff has 100 hours of game tape to watch and learn from, so I'm really excited. Not going to put much into that. Let's see
if they can
what
get
they
to
do.
Geno with four defensive linemen, I don't foresee an issue of them having any deep balls or any big plays happening through the air.
Correct. Geno hasn't been playing great. He's been playing.
No,
decent.
arguably it was the run game the last couple games.
Yeah, Zach Charbonnet going off the way
Yeah.
he did, and 34 some points in fantasy too.
And Arizona just hasn't been the same defense since like
Nope,
3 games
Arizona's
ago.
comfortably. I think at some point Arizona realized we need a couple more pieces, and they're going to slither down into the draft to get a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a projection. You don't pay for good food. This is what you get. You get half a season of football from.
Just wait till you see tomorrow. Oh boy.
Ouch. Oh, I almost broke my ankle. No, I'm very excited for tomorrow.
Careful.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh God. Yeah. You heard about Malik Neighbors. They asked him, somebody about the airplane.
Oh, dude,
All right,
between
tell
that,
everybody, if you haven't heard yet, someone flew an airplane banner
airplane
over the
over the
stadium
giant.
before the game that said, Mr. Blank,
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Mr. Nara, please fix the dumpster fire.
Please fix the dumpster fire. No Malik Neighbors. I didn't pay for the plane.
He didn't deny that it was him, but he said he denied that he didn't pay for the plane.
Yeah, I didn't pay for the plane.
I like the guy. I like.
Yeah, they got a lot going on there too. They got a lot going on there. There's something about an OnlyFans model.
Yeah, Tommy. Allegedly, Tommy DeVito paid an OnlyFans model to come and flash New Orleans fans. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in New York, and they got to have some fun somewhere.
Good old Cuddies. Man, we weren't too far off with our picks last week, other than the fact that we didn't win.
Right? Yeah.
But I like Green Bay in this one. I like the scoring to continue. I like 31 points in this one. And
I
I
like
like
31.
I like 31-15 Seattle, or Green Bay, I'm sorry. 31-15. 31
I
Green Bay,
I
15
like the
Seattle.
31,
Yeah,
but I like 31-17.
31-17. Okay, so you're going just on the over and I'm comfortably in the under.
Yeah.
Because the over under was 47.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that.
I
I
think the
like that.
weather be halfway decent. So
Our defense has been, outside of that Lions game, our defense has been really good. And there was a lot of just befuddling moments there was great defensive moments in that game. We had them bottled up for a minute.
it's a Sunday night game, correct?
Yeah, yeah. We went through a mini gauntlet. We were
44 and light rain.
44 in light rain. We went through a mini gauntlet here, bro. We
Yeah.
had 3 games in 11 days, and we
Yeah.
walked out, and it was Miami, it was the 49ers, Miami, and Detroit. And we walked out of this bitch 2-1.
I thought
We've
2-1 would be where they would end
I
up
thought
with that.
that's great. If we had a
So
chance to be in the playoffs, I thought 2-1, anything less than that, we're screwing ourselves with a draft pick, and we need to buckle up for a bumpy ride towards the end. But no, I do. I like our chances. I like the defense to bounce back in this one. I like us to really focus on that run, and I like red zone defense to become a big thing. We do have Robert Saleh on the staff as a consultant, and
right.
things are getting better as things have gone. I still have trust in Jeff. There's really, I expected this. I just, I didn't expect it against the Lions, but I expected this at some point in time in the season. Our defense has been playing great for 13, 14 games, or 12,
Right.
13 games. It's hell yeah. And the offense just ended up, we didn't have the ball long enough at the end. We left too much time on the clock. That's what happens. That's when you play a good football team and you leave too much time on the clock, you tend to lose that game. We've been on the opposite side of that numerous times
Right.
as the winners. So I believe we're going to get back on track in this one. I like our defense. I think both of us are on the same page. We got them under 20.
Yeah.
I've got them at 15, and you've got them at 17. So you've got them 2 tutties and a field goal. I've
There's
got
been
them.
plenty of games this year where Seattle was under 20. That's why
Yeah. Yep.
pretty good
Yep.
assumption.
Yep. Let's get back on this track. We're 1 or 2 wins away from solidifying our playoff and allowing ourselves to rest. Congratulations on your playoff push this year in fantasy, my friend. It's fantastic
Hey,
to see
you as
you in the
well.
playoffs this year. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
we'll
Thank you.
basically find out tonight between 1 and 2. It really doesn't matter,
One,
but
two, yeah.
we
Yeah,
won't be playing.
my
We will
last
not
4
be
games,
playing
I
each
went
other,
win, lose,
Charles.
win, lose.
So
Yeah, I went win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. And I'm like,
yeah,
motherfucker, and
yeah.
you snuck in there, dude. I loved it. It's been a good battle. So, and more to talk about on that tomorrow. I'm pretty pumped, man. I'm pretty excited for us. That's cool. 3 out of the 4 members made it in the playoffs. And Paul had one hell of a push. That'll be fun to
Yeah,
talk
Paul
about
had to
next week.
win three out of the last 4 to make it in there.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
one point, I think Paul was 5-5 or something, or yeah, 5-5. Or,
Yeah. He lost to me 169 to 106,
yeah.
and then has won every game since. So yeah, it's
See,
been on a nice
you
little
beat
run.
it into him. That's what winners do.
A good luck chucked him.
There you go.
So you got anything else you want to add, Broski?
No, I think we nailed it. We've got
Yeah.
Packers 31-15 for you and Packers
Yep.
31-17 for me.
Yeah. I believe they've more or less got that as well. So cool, fantastic. Holidays are coming up quick. Are we in
Yeah,
December?
yeah, we're the
Yeah, we
9th
are.
of December right now.
We're on the 9th of
Ooh.
December already.
Oh yeah, coming up
Cool.
next week, Packers on the Rocks. We'll be here to guest host with Charles and I. Talk some Green
Nice.
Bay Packer, hopefully Victory Monday football with him. If you haven't noticed him, Aaron Nagler and those guys gave him a shout out on their podcast. He's a fantastic Packer fan that has a really good take on Packer games, and he's usually up there by the stadium on TikTok calling out the game and giving you his intel and everything that he knows Packers. So give him a shout out. Packers on the Rocks on TikTok.
Nice. Can't wait. I'm excited about that. Yeah, I've been watching his videos. Very knowledgeable. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. We appreciate you. And we can't wait to talk to you next week. And let's give us another Victory Monday here. For the rest of you out there, we love you more.
Vice malfly, what I hear deep in the eye. When you ride, she lost back in the child. Cause my mind all rest of the blind. Yeah, go now, bad in your line. In school, I see the bag. My beach that bring your eye. At a boy in a light skin in the style.